Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome once again to the eastern wing of the Stinkbug Works, where I'm going to subject you to more unedited, unscripted, unrehearsed, unwarranted, unworthy, everything video. Anyway, I'm working on some jet juice this morning. Stand by. And I'm going to give an update on the Miss Exide. This boat's run now, and going back looking at the video, I was blaming its spinning out in the corners to an overly long rudder. That may be the case, but when you're tuning a boat, it's best to make one change at a time. You know, it doesn't have to be a boat, a car, airplane, submarine, you name it. When tuning something, it's best to make one change at a time, see what impacts that change has, and then make another change and do it incrementally like that. So I put the fins on and the boxes and such, and that added a lot of weight to the back. And as I was thinking about it and going back and looking at that video, and there's a perfectly good chance that the reason for this thing spinning out in the turn might have been my CG a little further forward. Now, let me get some jet juice. Let me relate an experience I had with the smaller version of this hull. And that was it liked the CG rather far aft. This is a different hull than most of the ones you see around in that it has these rear ride shoes that while the boat's running, these should be out of the water, but as it's slowing down, these will hold the transom up and out of the water. That was the whole idea of that. So I may be able to push the CG a little further back. So before I shorten the rudder, all the additional weight of these fins and the boxes and all the epoxy and such that are in the boxes, that adds some weight here to the back of the boat. So I'm going to run it like this. No changes to the rudder, no changes to the propeller, and we'll see what that does. So I'm hoping we'll see some sort of difference, and we can go from there. So that's pretty much everything I had to say. You know, I've got the fin boxes in. Not sure how I'm going to attach these fins during the running process, because they could come out, fairly easy. So I need some way of locking them in. And I'm thinking of maybe just putting a piece of tape here and taping them down. We shall see. And the wing. I'd like to make the wing out of this G10 fiberglass, but the thinnest I can find this stuff is a 32nd of an inch, or 32 thousandths. So what I've done is I've found some, standby, 0.5 millimeter carbon fiber, which is about 20 thousandths, so it's a bit thinner than this. And I'm just going to build a carbon fiber wing the way you would build a wing for an airplane. I'll use a hollow tube for a spar, and then just make a sandwich. I'll have a top skin, a bottom skin, and I'll move the spar forward to the middle of that, so I'll get an airfoil shape across that, and then just glue the leading edges and trailing edges together and glue that spar in there. And with a hollow tube, then I'll be able to put a rod through a hole in these fins, through the wing out here, and that'll hold the wing in. And I'll have a couple of pins that go through the wing and hold it in there. And if I Make the wing long enough that it applies a little bit of outward pressure on these fins. That's going to help these fins not want to come out so easily. It'll put just a little bit of friction on them. So that's some advanced planning about the wing. One of the things when you're building anything, when I was a little kid, my dad bought me a model airplane kit when I was 7 years old, and I had to have it done that night. And my dad said, whoa, 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 hold on there, Turbo, slow down. And I was an impatient little kid. I had to have it done now. One of the most important lessons he taught me was take your time, have some patience, think about things, plan things. Don't be that kid putting the glue on the part and realizing, oh, that's not the part that gets the glue. That's what 7-year-olds do. Anyway, so when you're building any project, a kitchen table, backyard patio, model boat, take your time. The sun's going to come up tomorrow regardless of what you do. Take your time, do a good job. Think about it, plan it. Take some pride, and here's another clue. Have some situational awareness. Realize that when you do something here, it might affect something over here. Think about what you're doing. Take the big picture in. Don't tunnel vision. Okay, enough lecturing, you guys. I told you this was unscripted and unedited, unwarranted, unneeded. Okay, I've had enough fun with you guys this morning. Here's the latest on the Miss Exide. As soon as I spray all this stuff on it, it will be the American Spirit. So until it's color-coded, it's the Exide. And then later it'll be the Spirit. So until then, boys and girls, jet out.